Okay, real talk, hitting protein goals every day is hard enough. But when you're busy, sometimes it feels impossible. So this week I gave myself a challenge. Prep an entire week of meals, enough to hit 130 grams of protein a day, and do it all in just 2 hours. Think of it as speed dating, only with pumpkin, beans, and peanut butter, without all the awkward small talk. Here's the deal. I've got a really busy work schedule this week, and if I don't have meals prepped ahead of time, then takeout starts calling my name. So I wanted to set myself up for success with quick protein-packed meals that actually taste good. 4 recipes, 2 hours, and a whole lot of protein. Let's dive in. Meal prep always starts with a plan. I do my meal planning the week before, and in fact, I have a whole video on my channel here detailing exactly how I do my meal planning. So if you've missed that, definitely check it out here. After this video, of course. Meal planning can be as general or as specific as you like it to be. For myself, I always plan a breakfast, lunch, 1 or 2 dinners, and a dessert to make sure that I have my entire work week accounted for so that I'm not scrambling at the last minute trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. Because something like that always leads to bad decisions for me, especially at the end of a work day when I'm ready to go coyote ugly on my own arm to satisfy my hunger. Once I have my plan set in place, before I even turn on the stove, I set myself up for success. Clear off the counters, grab my containers, and get any of the cooking tools that I'm gonna need ready. That way I'm not scrambling in the middle of meal prep trying to find what I need to get things done. Trust me, organization is key to getting things done quickly. Now that I'm all organized, we're gonna get to cooking. And this is the game plan. I'm always gonna start with the things that take the longest to cook. In this week's case, that was getting the peanut butter oatmeal bars and the sweet potatoes in the oven. And then while those are baking, I can move on to throwing together my pancake batter, cutting up veggies, and cooking the proteins. That way everything overlaps and I'm not stuck waiting around for anything. Of course, the most important part of meal prep is multitasking. That means that there's a lot going on at once. But it helps if you batch things. Chop everything that needs to be chopped at the same time. Cook your proteins in bulk. I even printed all of my recipes out on one piece of paper and made an order for myself so that I didn't have to pause to spend time thinking about what I needed to work on next. When you got ADHD brain, lists are your best friend, and let me tell you, I got lists for my lists. Once everything's cooked, it's all about portioning and storage. Now, I don't have enough space in my fridge for individual meal prep containers. So to make portioning easier throughout the week, I weigh the entire recipe, divide it by the number of servings, and then I put a piece of Scotch tape on the lid and write that serving size in permanent marker on that piece of tape. That way I can just grab the container out of the fridge, dish the serving out into a bowl using my scale, and I don't have to bother scrolling through my calorie tracking app. And just like that, I'm done. I didn't quite make my 2-hour goal, but it actually really only took me about 2.5 hours. And once I realized I wasn't gonna make that 2-hour goal, I gotta admit, I slowed down a little bit. I even took a little bit of time to clean up so that I didn't have as much to do at the end. So 2.5 hours, 4 recipes, really isn't that bad. I was probably being a little overly ambitious given the types of recipes that I was trying. And next time, if I wanna do a speed meal prep round, I'll definitely pick a lot lower maintenance recipes. But thankfully, with all the organization and prep I did ahead of time, I didn't lose my mind in the process, even though I was a little disappointed not to make my goal. The best part is, now I have a week's worth of meals that'll get me over 130 grams of protein a day. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's been a long time since I've done any meal prep, and it has made this week with my work schedule so much easier. And I didn't even set off the smoke detector this time. If you would like the recipes for the meals that I prepped this week, they're all listed in the description down below. But make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, because I will be doing detailed recipe videos of all 4 of the recipes that I prepped in the coming weeks. So if you're looking for a way to hit your protein goals without living in the kitchen, be sure to give these recipes a try. And let me know down in the comments which one you'd grab first. The pancakes, the dense bean salad, the beef bowls, or those oatmeal peanut butter cookie bars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs some protein-packed meal prep inspiration. I think that's it until next week. Happy meal prepping, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
most when you're feeling bad about yourself? How come they say love will heal everything when it hurts like hell? Can you travel the world when you don't know you